Queen Elizabeth II said this: "For me, the life of Jesus Christ, the Prince of Peace, whose birth we celebrate today, is an inspiration and an anchor in my life." That was a Christmas message revealing both the source and foundation of the one who reigned over our nation for over 70 years. Knowing that we belong to God is the very foundation of a life of peace, liberty and freedom. Welcome to this week's Hope from the Hills. The Bible says this: "Everyone then who hears these words of mine and does them will be like the wise man who built his house upon the rock." That's Jesus' own words from Matthew chapter 7 and verse 24. All of us in this life are building on something. When all around is going well, a foundation that is weak or shaky will remain unseen. Not one of us is immune to the issues of life that are rooted in specific struggles and problems and come all too often gift-wrapped in both stress and anxiety. These are times that are seemingly exposed to the constant of the storm, when the winds and the rain beat down upon the houses of our lives, and it's in these moments that we truly become enlightened to just how sure and firm our foundations really are. And is it really possible to build our lives counterculture and place them upon the security of solid ground? Well, Jesus said those who hear his words and put them into practice are those who build with wisdom. The houses of the lives they build find themselves on rock-solid foundations. The winds may howl, rains come, and even the overwhelming threat of a flood sees nothing but these lives standing solidly firm. Conversely, those with equal clarity hear the same words, but fail to live by them and are considered to have built foolishly. The outward grandeur of what their lives seemingly have achieved, acquired and apprehended sit on nothing but the shifting sands of shaky foundations. Each house we are building serves as a metaphor for the extent of our lives. It's representational of our faith, vocation, calling, career, family, relationships and health. Every facet of the entire house we are building, if it's to stand, has to rest upon the solid foundation in its entirety and not just in part. And yet the ease with which we can compartmentalise our lives is a real and apparent danger as we carve it up upon the colourful pie chart of individualism with its hard lines of division instead of the God-intended organic and undivided whole. For no one can lay a foundation other than that which is laid, and that foundation is Jesus Christ. That's 1 Corinthians chapter 3 and verse 11. Jesus places a complete certainty on being both hearers and doers of the word that will empower our lives to withstand the harshest of hurricanes and the strength of any storm. His enduring, reliable and unshakable promise is that in any of these moments, the house of your life will not fall, not be destroyed, or even shaken. And yet many following, believing it's just to be simply too hard for them. It's not worth the effort, or it's just there to take away their freedom and enjoyment of life. While others become deceived into thinking that these words are old-fashioned, outdated rules and regulations that are at best only relevant to certain parts of their lives. And so they build a life that isn't really all it could or indeed should be. A stable and solid life needs a firm and solid foundation. But God's firm foundation stands. That's 2 Timothy chapter 2 and verse 19. Relationship with God is not a slice or section of a pie chart lived life. It's what underpins and supports your very existence. It's the very thing that tightly surrounds and safely contains and holds our being. It's the framework through which you enter into all that God's planned and purposed you to be. So, are you building your life on a solid foundation? Are you ready to step back and honestly evaluate if anything has shifted or started to slide from the firmness of a foundation that only Jesus can provide for your lives? Don't allow the cracks of insecurity, anxiety, bitterness and anger to grow, or indeed show in the foundations of your lives. Jesus is and remains internally the chief cornerstone. He sets a secure foundation for all. He can and will repair and reset any foundation that needs help if you'll only open your heart and let him in. for He is a foundation that will never change, never give way, and will never let you down. I'll see you next time.